Hello, everyone, and welcome to Quest and Chaos. We are the Chaos Agents, and tonight we're playing Dungeons and Dragons. Sorry for the loud spike.
Echo!
Yeah. Aaron, I'm glad the folding things are back.
Oh, yeah. You stay back there.
They'll just like slowly creep forward throughout the course of the game.
I'll do it in between when the Wi-Fi drops.
What are you hiding there? I feel like before it was blocking the living room. Now you just placed it in front of the door just to have a backdrop.
I'll never tell, but yes.
Lady never tells, Warren. All right.
Partition. That's the word.
We are, it is episode 85. There is a title. Ignore the title. It doesn't mean anything. Never does.
Generally.
In general, it never does.
That's
Just
true. How many episodes was the waiting traveler waiting?
Yeah. Lure dump. All right. So we've got a little bit of announcements to get through. We'll get through it very quickly just to get on with the show. Number one, it is September, which means that the longer you subscribe at once, the more of a discount you get. And it's the same for us, which is awesome. So thank you for that. Merch. We have merch on our merch store. Exclamation point merch. So you can do that if you want. We got
Merch it
pins,
up.
we got shirts.
Buy
We're
that.
running out of stock.
Hey, Christmas is coming up, and
And good point. Good point, Bo.
And
That
hold on,
is-
you all literally froze on my screen.
You're
So-
frozen for us, buddy.
Okay, so I have some ISP issues tonight. But
Fun.
Christmas is coming, and you know what everyone wants for Christmas?
Coasters.
Oh.
Our
Small.
merchandise.
In one of our Quest of Chaos t-shirts or a triple X. So
Hashtag
if
mug.
you want a small or you want a triple X, we got them.
And when you get your friends who don't watch us one of our shirts, please record it and send it or tweet it, whatever, at us. I really want to see them go, what the hell is from someone who doesn't even know who we are.
I would
Actually-
totally get. I would totally get one of the like 3X ones to use as a night shirt because I'd come down to my knees.
Tangent. I don't know who had tangent before 710.
Literally everyone.
That's the free square in the middle.
The Chinese seeds that were going places for to fake Amazon reviews.
did they
Uh-huh.
figure out what that was?
We should send random people Octopure's t-shirts.
Ooh,
Oh,
I like this.
Random
I thought you
people
were
in
gonna
the
take that
Midwest.
in like a dark direction. Okay, yes,
Yeah.
I back this idea.
Plant the seed. Don't plant the seed.
Don't plant those seeds. All right. So with that, then we want to talk about our major giveaway that we are doing right now, which includes Nord Games books, including this spectacular book called Spectacular Settlements,
Edition.
as well as that one, Ultimate Bestiary, Dreaded Accursed. So I mentioned this on a tweet from Nord Games today. This is a creative idea engine. This is tools to help you build out your world, to build settlements like trading posts, cities, capitals, holds, and fortresses. And then there are also 8 pre-made settlements in each of the different categories, including ones by some of us. So that's going to be part of that major giveaway. Exclamation point giveaway in the chat. If you're watching this on YouTube, it is bit.ly/QNC giveaway. All right. That being said, now we go to the next one, which is also Nord Games. They're our amazing partner, and you get 20% off when you purchase on their website using the code Chaotic20. That helps us as well because we're going to get a little bit of that purchase going on there as well. We also have a Patreon. Thank you to all of our patrons. There are more of you all the time, and then we think, well, we need to do something for you, but we don't know what that is. So we'll think of something.
And if you have suggestions, drop them in the Discord, because I
Yes.
mean, we are creative people in some directions and not so much in others.
Exactly. So definitely do that. That's a great segue to the Discord. You should show up there. We're doing a mitten. It is not probably going to be next Tuesday. We're probably going to move it to a Saturday or something. We don't know who will DM. Aaron, if he still wants to, we'll schedule. We'll see how the schedule works. I haven't seen Aaron in 2 weeks, literally. Talked to him at all.
I thought I missed another email, so I was like, "Oh, okay, perfect. Go with it. Roll with it."
So I mean,
Yeah,
we'll see what happens, but it'll probably end up being a Saturday afternoon. So if you do want to get into that mitten, create a character and play that character on stream with us, with one of us as a DM, go over to the Discord in the Mitten Coaches section, put your name in. I'm going to be drawing that probably tomorrow or the next day. So this is your last warning on that. There we go. Is that everything? September, Nord Games, Birds of Paradise.
I was
Always
literally about to
amazing.
say that.
Daisy.
Congratulations to Andrea. So also on the Discord, if you go into the Birds of Paradise little sponsor tab or partner affiliates, friends, there's very cool news there. So congratulations. There is also happening in September a surprise, and it has nothing to do with the election. So October.
That's a
In,
good
in
surprise.
September, I hope not.
Yeah.
You planning
down
some
to the,
mail-in fraud there?
I'm down to the last of the Gordon Biersch.
Oh,
We all
God.
know that feeling.
Is
Oh,
this
no.
where we start like riding, man? I don't know.
I don't know.
Withdrawal.
Now
Are
we
we
gotta
getting
be
a
like,
new one?
Uh,
It's Mad
final-
Max without the Gordon Biersch.
I mean,
I don't know. Let's reach out to other beer companies.
Got another. Make him a
Where
little
else?
jelly.
Dedicated 18 fans.
Whom we love.
I think that's it. I think we've just pulled the plug on this episode.
oh,
It's done. So
I don't remember any of last week, so
you weren't here last week, so that's useful.
all right. So let us start, because it was a lore dump directed at Uzo.
Uh-huh.
Let's start with Uzo. What happened last session?
Oh well, it's yesterday. Met with person who gave us more information about where we go. Jared Stone Thrower Breaker, Dwarven Cleric, who told us that we needed to contact another Harper, another cleric, and someone from my past Medusa at Portheria. And that is there will be a cathedral to Bahamut. Bahamut. And from there, we will then go to a port, a shimmering port in the water, which will take us to Derelin, which is another world. We don't know what we need to do once we get through there, but our contact Medusa might know and have more information for us. Before that, we must make sure we have every single bit of information. So we head to Candle Keep, to the biggest library in all of the lands, to see what we can dig up related to the deity we are set to free. There have been some interesting developments with Remy and his new family. I don't know what to make of it, but I know the waters can be very dangerous. I am all for them accompanying us to get to know each other, but I feel that we must leave them in Porthoria, because after that, the world is unknown to all of us, and I feel enormous amount of guilt bringing my friends into this, let alone a child and a family. So we will cross that bridge when we get there, but for right now, I hope they enjoy their time together, and I don't want to hinder that at all. Because there are puppets. Puppets. We bought the puppets. We got the puppets. We gave the child love them. He slew a demon with a throw like Ruckus. It was amazing to watch. Ruckus would have been proud if he was not stuffing his face. But next we must get to the Chimera and set sail for Candlekeep early tomorrow. But for right now, we earn a well-deserved rest. That sound about right?
That sounds about right. Andraste, very well done. Anything from your perspective?
I'm just trying to remember from player perspective. Is Port Thoria on our side of the portal on the other?
On the other side.
Aha. So okay. I don't really have a great deal to add to that excellent summary of everything that happened. Besides a general sense of unease about everything that is coming. If another party was unsuccessful in dealing with Tiamat, I'm nervous about our chances, but I'm not really sharing my misgivings with the rest of the team. So here we are, and we're off to Candlekeep, where hopefully we have a book that will actually get us in the door. We have a few options, but we'll find out.
All right, Remy, you were probably a little preoccupied.
Yes. One thing in particular, actually a couple of things stand out about the last day or so. Uzo has proven himself to be a very admirable friend. And considers all of us in a similar manner. So that was big. And then because of me and my friends, I got to play with my 5-year-old son a bit. Thanks to the sword Ruckus bought him, the wooden flamberge, thanks to the breastplate. That's, not very good, but it does the job. That Uzo got him, and of course to the image that Uzo projected. It was my first time playing, really, with my son. And the only other thing that I can really remember is that I'm going to take my family to Waterdeep, and I'm going to ask them to stay there while I go off and very likely die. So, yeah, but that's about all that I have to say about that.
Ruckus, from your perspective. You're muted.
I only know and can recall only two very pivotal moments. That was verbatim what I said when muted. And I shall say that the first thing was, I will only eat my emotions because I cannot deal with closure. And the second is Cappy should keep it in his pants. And I'm going to add a third. This chicken is delicious. And I don't recall what Uzo said or learned. I go back to my chicken. That may be as old as the day.
Enormous. It is a giant turkey leg, but
Yes.
everything's a chicken. Uzo thought the bird that you decapitated was also a chicken.
It all tastes like chicken in the end. Is it
All
wild?
right. So you guys then, that was in the morning that you did the little.
She
Trying to
had
think
to.
if you rested another day.
She had to take the kid to the lessons. That's when
The
Remy
tutor.
broke the news to her. And so now I guess we wait for the kid to get back. And the next morning we go.
I thought we headed out to the ship already.
Yeah,
I
we
thought-
did hand wave a little bit of stuff. So we're going to.
we did sending, so it should be waiting for us, right?
So we are going to pick up with you on the docks, walking
That's right.
out to the Chimera, and
We
boarding.
Andraste already did the detect good and evil on the entire crew.
Yes. I was trying to remember why I had a spell slot missing.
So you come on board with the two new passengers. There are a number of faces that you don't recognize. Like I said, I did say this last time. You do see some more inexperienced green sailors, some experienced sailors, and a couple of sea dogs, some salty dogs who have been around for a while.
Is
And
Bunny there with them, or is he back at Saltmarsh?
I don't.
I think he might be at Saltmarsh then.
I think he's at Saltmarsh working on helping to get the helping Dalid.
He was getting a week off, I think, after doing basically rowing or like running the bilge pump for the entire time. So yeah, so he's back at Saltmarsh.
Hero.
God, last time you were on a ship, I don't even. Were we in person?
No, it hasn't been that long.
So, all right. So you guys get the ship is prepared. The ship takes off. As you are looking around and kind of taking in being back on the ship, Ruckus, you go down to your cannons, and you actually see down on that level of the deck, there is the front of the ship is the storage is full, right? So they have picked up cargo, they have picked up a crew, and it's tighter quarters. There are a lot more people on board than there were coming here.
Oh my god. Okay, I didn't think I was claustrophobic, but that's just him going through that.
And if you go to your cabin next to the captain's cabin, you see, very spacious. As it was before, you have a lot of room. You've got a bed, a small little desk. It's basically a mirror image of the captain's quarters.
But less important.
But it's the same. And I slam the door.
And then Remy, you're going. Where do you plan on putting?
So they'll stay in the cabin with me.
His eyes go wide.
Just making sure. So they'll stay in the cabin with me. And currently, I'm going to want to point them in that direction. And then talk to Emma about where we're going next and the crew. And I'll want to bring Uzo in on that. So I'll say, Uzo, Emma, I'd like to discuss leaving port here and our destination and plan and all that with you.
Yep, right. Okay.
He walks over into wherever he's guided.
Okay, so I bring them over up by, I assume Andraste's next to the wheel or the
I'm at the wheel.
So she's at the helm. We go up there. I say, okay, so next I believe we are making for the library. Yes? What was it called? Candlekeep?
I think that is it. I've never been, but Candlekeep sounds accurate.
I for some odd reason thought it was inland, but then it turned out not to be at all. It turns out it's a port. So
Well,
We're going to the library?
Emma pipes up. It's like, well, it's not really a port. It's on the ocean. Yeah, that's true.
is it?
You're gonna have to take a dinghy in though. We can't dock there. There's no docks. It's a fortified fortress
A
built into
fortress.
stone cliffs.
That is disgusting. We will take a small boat, sir. God.
Ma'am, Emma's a lady.
King, madame, your servant. It doesn't matter. I put you in a role of power. in title-wise. I am just terrible at knowing what title is titles.
What else can you tell us, Emma, of Candle Keep and the surrounding area? Do you expect rough waters there if we're going to anchor down and dinghy in?
It's potential. There's definitely the potential of rough waters out there. Andraste has ways of communicating with us, though, so we might end up pushing off a little further to sea after you disembark.
Yes, you can go out as far as you need to. I can reach you pretty much anywhere.
I don't think that our stay will be extended very long. Maybe a day, maybe two.
What is the purpose, really? What are we going here for?
To see if we can gain any knowledge from the vast library of information that they might have, and maybe take a parchment or two with us with their blessing.
Oh, I suspect that if the price of admission is a book, they're not going to let any books out.
Well, maybe we transcribe the important parts.
That is certainly possible, I think.
It's a library. We can't rent. We can't take the book for like a week. Maybe accept a late fee.
It's a fortified library. I think they're a little more serious about their security.
Hopefully we can get a card.
A what? We'll have to see when we get there. But there it is. So that's our first destination. And after that, we are to head for what? Saltmarsh?
Yes, that is the next on the agenda, and hope that our ship is ready to go.
We will see.
You made good time in Baldur's Gate. It was a tight turnaround.
I definitely don't mind a couple of days in Saltmarsh.
Saltmarsh is a lovely area to spend some time in.
I would love to show it off.
I forget the place, but yes.
And then from there, I believe to Waterdeep, so that we can get things in order.
Yes, and I think it's important while we're there we inform them of the culprits who poisoned all those children. Inform them that we brought them to justice.
I imagine that the Watch will be happy to hear that.
Did we didn't take any souvenirs, did we? Ruckus.
God damn it, that's what I forgot!
We didn't take any souvenirs, but if they're really worried about evidence, we can volunteer to be put under a zone of truth and tell them what happened.
I'm fine with that. I mean, we've never given Barnabas a reason not to trust us, right?
Oh, I'm just going to leave that one well enough alone.
I put my hand on your shoulder, Andraste, and just head nod.
Just look up at you like, uh-huh.
And I hate to say such a terrible thing, but we do have mouths to feed, a crew to pay, and all that. But perhaps there's a reward for that as well.
Oh, maybe. I'm sure we could discuss that with him.
It's not that horrible.
And
but
maybe we see that our establishments have generated some revenue in the time we've been gone.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, we own a tavern. God.
What did you drink last night, Ruckus?
No, I just really good chicken. I just really didn't think about anything else but the chicken.
Really? My goodness, you've just wiped the last several months from your memory entirely?
And all of you do my banking, so I really don't.
This is actually known as the munchies, I believe. I believe it wasn't the drink that done it to Ruckus.
Ha.
I did eat that. I did
It
eat
was
plants.
your herb. Wow. So
What-
so far so straightforward, and then we continue onward.
From them there to the Shimmering Gate. Was that what it was called?
Shimmering Portal, the Shimmering? Was it just called the Shimmering? It might have just been called the Shimmering.
Uzo interrupts us as well. At that point, we are no longer in need of Emma and her services.
That's true.
So no need to bog her down with details, but we appreciate everything you've done for us up until now.
She had literally tuned out as soon as you.
I'm sure she
after
did.
Saltmarsh, we're going to go.
Very well, very well. Well, we should be underway then.
Is she munching on a cookie? I want her to be munching on a cookie.
Emma, would you mind if we tested your new crew out and spared the crew who got us here?
Let's get out of the harbor first, and then we can
Very
test
well.
out.
Mr. Uzo, please.
I agree with this one. We should not be using this time to train. We're so close to the finish line of Saltmarsh. Let's let the veterans earn their paycheck.
Oh, come on. We can afford one montage.
Can we afford to be marooned because some green sailor decided to run us ashore?
Well, they won't be at the helm, that's for sure.
I'm just going to give them both a very bland look. Where it's like, no, I'm at the helm, and I'm not even technically a sailor.
Anyhow, your point is well taken, Uzo. Let's just cast off, if you could, please, sir.
All right.
Uzo looks down at himself, me, and then he looks to Emma. Emma, can we please cast off?
Yeah. Okay. And you just.
When she leaves, Uzo looks to Remy. This isn't our ship. I mean,
We have been granted it. We are captaining it for now. That was the original arrangement.
so I am first mate on this vessel.
That's correct.
Uzo turns
As you
around and
just,
slams the door open, and you hear him yell, "Listen up! Get the sails up! To the helm! Pull the line! Put your back into it!" And then he walks away in the direction of the helm.
And sort of everybody just sort of is out there looking up and not doing anything. and then Emma's like, "Let's go!" And everybody starts moving.
Yeah, I'm going to shake my head and just take the wheel because.
Uzo looks down at Emma and he's, "What was that? Do I talk with an accent? Do they not understand me?"
I hired them as captain of the Chimera, so it's it's a sticky wicket we're in, but it's.
Uzo turns to Remy and he's just like, I will never get used to life on the water.
All right. And anchors are raised, so the ship is yours to make a survival check, Andraste.
Oh boy.
Casting out.
Are you gonna do it? What do we think? Come on.
Nat 20?
Yes.
Whoa.
That is a nat fucking 20 to lead us out.
All right.
A total of 29, by the way.
29. You receive.
I'm an outlander.
You're a sailor now.
Maximum amount of healing possible from any one source from this Nord Games luck deck. And as you cast off down the Corinthar River, we're going to do some bits. We're going to do first and always with 1,000 bits from the Hefner.
I
That
have.
is 500 to you and 500 to the DM.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, you don't get him, you dropped him. Those are the rules.
Again, you were starting with 4. There are. It was 5 in the boy.
Mm-hmm.
trying to keep track as much as possible. We then have 3 fingers, 60 with 500 bits for the players.
Oh, for the players. You held
Thank
up the wrong you held up the wrong token. I wasn't sure what was going on there.
Oh, I think I've reversed the tokens. Let me
No,
check.
it's the little ones for us and the big ones for you.
6. And then we have Duke Fleeg with 500 bits for Emma's cookies. I don't know where that one's going to go.
I was the one who suggested it.
All right. So that is to the players. And then we have 170 bits from J. Matthews 85 with 400 from Warren. And since Warren donated, that's going straight to the DM.
What?
I mean,
I think it should
also-
go wherever J. Matthews wants it. That's
Well, and
what I
also
would-
it's from J. Matthews. J. Matthews tends to side with the GM. He might not. He might not.
I didn't
upset
know
us,
that.
but I don't know. He's another keeper, so he always sides with Ezra.
All right. So we are going to. So you guys are sailing. It's going to take you 2 days. Tell me about what you do on this journey. So you are experiencing your sort of veteran crew. Your veteran crew that came with you is teaching the ropes on the new crew, and you guys are free basically to do whatever you want. And what are you guys doing?
Showing little Remy the ropes for sure.
These are ropes.
That's right.
These are other
Right.
ropes.
And they
Yeah,
move them
ropes.
from here to here. They tie them there. And I want to kind of fashion a little harness for him and see if I can get that strapped to me and kind of take him up a little bit to see if I can show him the view atop the crow's nest.
All right. Let's start with a sleight of hand check.
Okay. What are you laughing at, Thomas? I'm scared now.
You drop that kid, I will never let you live it down.
Time and they're pretty good.
Kids off
Slide.
steady.
I
Kids are
need to
pretty
redo this overlay, just like I have the Dragon of Icespire Peak overlay. Although, you know what I can do is I can go over here.
It's
Even though
18
it's
sleight of hand.
8. Okay, very good. All right. So now make a dexterity check with advantage, which should probably not.
Acrobatics?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the first one. Here's the second. 27.
All right. You start to sort of climb the crow's nest a little bit, and it feels good, and you know that you've got a nice solid harness going on, and Remy is just like higher, 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 higher.
Oh,
And,
we'll
you know,
get there. Hold on to your hat.
and you guys climb all the way up to the crow's nest, and you get there, and then you kind of realize that like his head is right behind you,
Hmm.
and that's when he kind of turns to look. Oh, and he suddenly sees just how high up he is.
Hmm.
I'm gonna quickly just roll a sanity check.
What do you think we're playing? Call of Cthulhu?
I mean, with the 12, he's like, we're high up. We're up here. We're up here. Yeah, we're high.
Yes, Remy, we are. Don't look down. Look out. I've got you. Remember, I have you. You are secure.
And as you say, look out, you just hear this. As you are traveling south along the Sword Coast, off to your left, are the hills and the rolling fields of littoral, and on the right, islands every once in a while, reefs out there. And you just hear silence coming from him for a while. He's like, it's wow.
This is what it is to be at sea. The sea can be treacherous, but its rewards are many. And this, my boy, never gets old.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe one day you're big enough you can climb up here by yourself. But until that time, you have to promise me, only with me. All right?
Okay. If you want to insight that, you totally can.
Yeah, for sure. Because that's what Remy do well.
I'm gonna have to make a character sheet for this kid.
17.
Hey.
Okay. You're not convinced.
Okay. Got it. And I'll just say, as we're going down, just kind of head down, I'll say, Remy, a good sailor, a good man, keeps his word.
Okay, I won't climb it.
There we go. You're not going to make me incite that, are you?
No. He could tell that he was caught, kind of like, yeah, sure. So you make it down. You over the next few days, you spend time with Remy. Do you spend time with Winifred doing things and talking and
if I can, yeah.
Making more babies.
We'll get to the nighttime. Let's. That's showing Remy around the boat, showing him all the things, going through.
I want to spend time with him, and I want to spend time with Winifred, talking with her, trying to piece together the last, however many years it's been, and just getting to know her again and seeing the person she's become and all the experiences that have led her to do that. I would like to have that conversation.
Okay. We can do that. We will do that in the evening. Uzo, what are you doing this first day of this traveling?
So seeing that there's no trouble ahead, Uzo has fun playing with Remy Jr. and kind of wants to one up the dad, and grabs him, says, "You want to go want to go on a trip?" And if he says yes, Uzo kind of looks kind of evilly and like casts fly, and they fly around the boat doing like adventurous low passes on the water and then back onto the deck and stuff.
Oh God, the
And
look on Poe's face.
Flying through. Just like uncles do. The kid is totally fine.
I'm
he
yelling,
loves it. Look at him.
Uzo, get back here right now.
So we do that on occasion. And he spends time. I don't know what order this is, right? Because I wouldn't want to, in between, I wouldn't impose, but when he comes out to the deck, Remy Jr. and Remy, there's that. But Uzo would want to also sort of play with the puppets and play with Remy Jr. with the puppets. And anybody who sort of watches that and knows Uzo's story will know that the puppets he's acting out and also simultaneously like teaching a Sesame Street lesson. It's a bunch of kids picking on another kid for being disabled and making fun of him. And you can tell that this is Uzo's story until a woman comes in to help and show them that he's different and special and all this stuff. He's basically recapping his childhood through the puppets. And I'd imagine Remy Jr. sort of, like kids do, why are they treating him so bad and all that other stuff. And, having that sort of like moral lesson with the puppets. But if anybody's watching, you get sort of another anecdote back to Uzo's history, because you can kind of see him getting choked up as he retells a few of the lessons and moments among the children, but also with Medusae. But for the most part, during the day, he's active. During the evening, when the sun sets and things quiet down, he's sort of staring off the bow, thinking a little bit. He doesn't really engage with the crew or even with the party that much.
Okay. Before we jump into everyone else, just timeline wise, we'll say, that first day, Slade and Remy, climbing the thing, doing the ship. At a certain point, Remy, you ask Uzo to watch little Remy for a little bit while you go and have a conversation with Winifred. And that is when the flying happens.
You see them fly past the window.
Unless you fly past the window,
if they're in a secret cabin room that has a view of the outside, I absolutely whip past the window.
They can fly, they can fly, they can fly.
Also, another note, the puppet show was with Minor Illusion, a little stage.
Nice. Andraste, what are you doing during this time?
Mostly
First day.
On the first day, she mostly sticks around the helm, and I imagine she's not the only helms person because someone would have been hired for that. Mm-hmm. So she trades off with that person, so no one's standing for multiple hours on end. When she's not doing that, she's mostly keeping into herself. She's pretty clearly deep in thought and mulling over a lot of things. So she sees Remy and baby Remy climbing and notes the flying and enjoys it, but doesn't engage with anyone.
All right. Ruckus, what is this day like for you?
Well, thinking over what just happened at Boulder's Gate, I'm like, it's not gonna happen again. And I'm gonna go out to the center of the deck, or I kind of want to walk out and then kind of jump, use the jump spell to jump and actually land in the center of the deck to get the crew members' attention, if that's possible.
Yeah.
Crew members! I don't know who you actually respect on this boat, but you're going to listen to me while I'm here. Any questions? Cool.
And somebody is
if Uzo...
And you see somebody you recognize from your crew just put a hand on it, be like, no, don't say that.
If Uzo is on the side of the boat when he does that, he kind of doesn't give a second look.
So you do have a handful of crew members that are looking at you, stopping if they're moving. They're just oh yeah, and holding ropes.
Listen to me. I'm gonna call the flambers into this pointed above me. All of you need to be stronger than you already are. I feel like someone was gonna interrupt. They didn't, but now I shall cut you off before you interrupted me. You all need to be stronger, regardless of what you think. And I am the person who's going to do it. Because I wanted to fight someone. And I still have a lot of pent-up feelings. So here's what we're going to do now. I'm going to throw the flambers and hopefully stick it into the wood. And just, we're going to train. You're all going to fight me. One after the other until someone wins.
I feel like one of us should step in.
I know what I'm doing.
Uzo, at this point, he's turned around and he's actively watching, but he's not. He's more what is the crew doing? How does the crew respond to this?
So they're kind of looking out. First, give me a d20 roll to see if that sword sticks in the ground or if it clangs to the deck.
Just a raw d20.
I want a nat 1.
Bro. 8?
I will not endorse a reroll.
So you're like clang, 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 clang. It goes, and then you're like, one of you is going to fight me, or each one of you is going to fight me.
I'm going to recall it to my hand after I say that. And I'm just going to throw it into the ocean. Now it means nothing.
And at this point, I'm like, don't look down, look out. I'm not even there.
And then the sword flies past. So
First, your kid and Uzo fly past the window, and then a sword goes tumbling off the side.
So it's kind of like you see everybody kind of looking at each other. Yeah, I mean, these guys are in shape. Some more than others, and you hear the hold door open and this human comes out, like massive human comes out. You're looking for a wrestling match? Yeah.
I'm going to walk forward subtly with my spider slippers of crawling. I'm going to walk up his fucking body, and I'm going to then, as if I'm looking down at him, as if I was standing on his chest, I'm going to turn my head down once I'm at his chest. Oh, wait, what?
As soon as you get close to him, we are going to make opposed athletics checks.
Ooh, he grapples.
As you get close,
All right.
and he is going into wrestling.
Athletics?
Yeah.
Okay.
Aw.
Good. Yeah.
Oh,
Doesn't it suck when the dick does a ghoul thing? Ghoul thing.
So yeah, so you go to walk up him, and he goes to grab you, and you kind of pull out of it and spin around with his arm behind him in a move. He's like, all right.
So
What
I'm going to
about
start with
you?"
Tiny.
And he's like, and he's going to try and break free. If you want to try and keep your hold,
I would love to. What do I roll for it?
athletics.
Oh, okay, again.
Oh.
Bah.
No,
That's
that's Arcana.
Arcana.
Yay! Wait, no, not me. Oh, no, damn it. What the fuck? Give me what?
You also rolled Arcana, which is, hey, you know what? You can try and magic him.
Your eyes look lovely.
So he pulls out of it. Basically, you guys are back to. So you put him in a hold. You got a point, if you will, and then he broke free, and now is reset for. All right, we go again.
All right, the rest of the crew decides who's next. And then I'm just going to gear up. We can fast forward through the actual part of it, but
All right, so
No, you're gonna fight this guy. No.
No,
don't
so
fast forward.
we'll do the best of three, to figure out this wrestling match.
yes.
And let me know if you were going to do anything other than wrestle. Are you going to cast
He assumed-
spells,
Got
do
it.
any real damage, or are you content to just do?
I'm just working. I'm just training them. I'm not going to use a spell.
Promise, you can just push the up key to
Yeah,
get,
once
get
I
your
have
last roll.
Yeah, I can. So best
Oh,
of
really?
three. Those are my three: 8, 20, and 16.
Boom, boom.
At 20.
boom. Oh.
All
Yeah.
right.
29.
And then I
you reroll a skill or attack roll. So it is it's kind of clear, like this guy's anyone else, this guy is gonna win. But you handedly maneuver, with the I guess more nimbleness that you have. Because you're not like a huge big tank, right? Where this guy is, he's got tiny little legs and a big big barrel chest.
I'm gonna call him Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, you totally best him down to the ground. Actually, I mean, if you want to describe exactly how you beat him, you are welcome.
The only thing I can think of is at some point we like separated, and then we were about to run at each other, and then maybe I used jump to kind of latch onto his neck. By like, okay, I landed, I jumped, and imagine someone landing on your shoulders with their legs. You know, just like so, my butt would be right here on him, but just out of the air, that would hurt. And I kind of want to spin with that momentum. Is that possible?
So it's a lot of Black Widow kind of fighting.
Oh yeah. Well, at least the finisher. At least the finisher.
Uzo notices him using magic, and if he catches a glance at Uzo's just got a disapproving nod on him. Just like, shame.
I only use it once. And then, like, teabag him to the ground.
Yeah, that was probably that 29 versus the 8.
So you absolutely demolished this guy.
Did we get a card?
And you did.
Okay.
Reroll a skill or attack roll.
Yes.
And nobody else wants to be involved in that.
Oh, come on. I'll take it easier on the rest of you. I clearly needed to pull out all the stops on Tiny here.
Are you training us or just beating us up?
I'm training you. He's clearly stronger from this. He will wake up stronger knowing how to beat me next time. Do you understand this?
You've knocked him out.
Yeah, he's knocked out. And when you say, do you understand this? They're like, no, not really. No.
You tell
We
them.
didn't sign up.
Oh, shit.
Are we getting extra money for this?
You tell them. I'm kind of kicking him on the ground. Please tell them.
Uzo walks over and empties out a little bit of the decanter of water in the guy's face to revive him, wake him up.
So he. It's cheating.
What?
Magic is cheating.
I jumped once.
Tomorrow, rematch, noon.
Deal. Just straight up take it.
And he's like, I gotta go load some cannon. Goes back there.
The work office is going to be awkward now. I can feel it. I'll follow him to the cannon, see if none of the crew members are willing to fight.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah, definitely nobody else is willing to fight. So you follow
How do
him
I
back
train
down,
people in this world?
follow him back down to the cannon, and he's like, "There's not much to do." So you're not. It's like we could. Yeah, I don't know.
Awkward silence ensues.
wanna,
Good
like,
night.
You want to play a game or something with cards?
Yeah, good
or?
night. And I'm just going to walk out like I'm going to just leave it.
All right. So that happened.
Yes, it did.
Ruckus ends with questioning how to actually train people. We'll find out tomorrow morning.
I think Clint was with you.
I believe so. I don't think we'd leave him behind.
And so let's jump to that first. So Ruckus, in evening rolls around and there's a knock at your door.
Who is it?
It's Clint.
His name's... Who names the child Clint? Hello, Clint. What's up?
That's my grandfather's name.
But other than awesome people. Did I save it?
Nope.
Yeah.
I think we need to have a conversation.
About?
How you actually train.
I may need to learn a few things about tact in telling them what the point of the lesson is.
Right,
Yeah.
right. May I come in?
Please. No,
He
like
comes
just
in.
boxers and a t-shirt.
So just kind of describe what happened. So basically, he does he trains sailors, is what he does, and he goes you sort of the process of you need to start with theoretical, and then you show you start testing some of the knowledge, and then you move it into practicality of here's where you start to actually teach somebody how to do stuff without killing them.
Okay, all right.
So he spends as much time as you'll let him, just kind of coaching you how he would coach others, except for he's coaching you how to coach.
I'm fine either way on this one. I'm just curious. Does it impede on the if I'm willing to accept all of his tutelage on how to teach others? Does that does like the time mess up when I'm supposed to have the rematch? Or do I completely ignore the rematch and just not even?
No, this will just be a conversation tonight.
Oh, okay. All right. I was totally willing to like homework through that the rematch.
Where he's like, you don't just challenge people to a fight in hopes that they learn how to be better at fighting.
I feel like they learn. They learn where they went wrong in the fight, and then they learn how to fight me again next time. I guess that doesn't answer other opponents.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. We are then going to jump into a conversation with. So this Slade, you have just handed Remy off to Uzo. It is early evening, so the sun is still out. It's starting to wane in the sky, and you are free to be anywhere on the boat that you want to be.
Okay. I'm thinking that I do want to talk and spend some time with Winifred, but there's going to be other times that we'll be able to have that conversation. So
Okay.
I think today, what I'm first going to do is go over to Andraste if I can find her.
All right.
That's why I slowly get why. Like, wait, what?
Where are you?
And turn it up just a little bit too.
So much from me. How dare.
Yep.
All right, give me 1 second. Sorry.
And since we're doing this, before we jump into what is undoubtedly going to be some role play,
Oof.
we will. We'll do a little bit of bits because Tamago Tora, 500 bits for the return of Aaron. Right there.
The Return of the
it's
King.
Tamago Tora for 500 bits for Remy's first family vacation.
Hey, to Salt Marsh.
Nice.
That scene of that bloody murder that we did.
Well, but also, the rest of the town, it's a resort town. Also, happy Hobbit Day, everyone. September 22nd is Bilbo and Frodo Baggins' birthday.
Aw.
What
Happy
is a
Hobbit
hobbit,
Day.
really?
I mean, you can answer that better than I can. So yeah,
Big feet.
Andraste would have gotten some food because I imagine we're getting around dinner time. So she would have gotten some food and is sitting probably in the fore of the ship, just like watching the land and the sea and enjoying all of it by herself.
And before Remy gets there, 3 fingers 60, 500 bits to Uzo, aka Peter Pan.
Thank you.
Thank you
I like that.
kindly.
I will
Yes.
give you a kiss. Here.
All right, so
Oh yeah, that's where I am. Is in the front of the ship, probably like sitting on the rail or something.
I'll go up to her. Hello there.
Oh, hello.
How are you doing today?
I mean, it's a lovely day. We're out on the ocean. Well enough.
And we're headed to somewhere with books, so I bet that's nice.
Yes, I am rather looking forward to it, although I'm a little nervous about what the requirement is to get in.
A fortress, huh? Well, meant to keep people out or the books safe, I guess.
Possibly keep the books in. Depends on what kind of books they are.
Well, let's hope that they're friendly when we get there.
Oh, that's a hope.
How are you doing? I haven't gotten a chance to really speak with you recently.
I mean, in what context are you asking how I'm doing? There's been a lot going on, so you're gonna have to narrow it down a little bit more.
Okay. How are you doing after the battle with the Von Keens?
Oh, are you talking about this? And she reaches up and like touches a little bit of white that's still in her hair.
Yes.
Well, that seems to be sticking around. But I feel fine. And there's still a little bit of scarring on her neck, but it's not it's definitely gone down. On the whole, I'm recovering like anyone else after that battle.
And how are you feeling about what's ahead?
I mean, I would be foolish in the extreme to say that I'm not worried, a little afraid. I mean, it's a lot that we're dealing with. We're talking about handling the aftermath of another adventuring party failing. And that's frightening. That said, I think our chances are reasonable, and I maintain hope.
You that's good. We'll need that.
Hope and joy, two of the most powerful forces in the universe.
So I'm finding out.
What's on your mind, Remy?
A couple of things actually. First, are you okay? Meeting Winifred and my family coming along. I haven't seen you really speak to my family at all, and I worry.
They seem like wonderful people. I mean, the boy is a child. It's hard to tell, but he's a precocious child. And
Doesn't fall far from the tree, does it?
Precociousness? No, it does not. And as for Winifred, I mean, she seems a lovely person. I can see why you fell in love with her. I mean, and I'll like put the plate down on the floor near my feet and just like brace my hands on the rail and kick my feet a little. What do you want me to say, Remy? I'm dealing with a lot of emotions that I'm not used to, and it is what it is, and nothing can or will change that, and I'm dealing with it.
I understand. And I understand if you don't want to necessarily share those feelings with me. But if you wanted to, I would hear them.
I don't think you want to.
If you decide you'd like me to hear it, I will. Let's put it that way.
I mean, it's a lot. I've been trying not to think about it pretty much since we were in the forest at Saltmarsh. Even before Winifred, I don't know. No, I do know. That's a lie. I'm hurt and I'm angry and my heart is broken. And that is not something that I particularly like and not something that I enjoy dealing with.
I am sorry. I know that may not be much comfort, and well, honestly, it's hard to know the right thing to say at times like these.
I don't know that there is a right thing to be said. That said, at the end of it all, what hope I had held only lasted for a few months. And I have lived significantly longer, and hopefully will live significantly longer. And I am angry and hurt and sad and all of the rest of it. But at the core of it, you are my friend. And you are very, very important to me. And I will get over it.
I am your friend. Always will be. And more than that, I feel like you'll always be family. We're the Foxy Irregulars. We've been through so much, grown so much together in such a short amount of time.
We have.
I will not trade that.
Nor would I. But right now, my emotions are such that I would really prefer not to talk about this anymore because I am angry. And I don't particularly like feeling that way, but all of that fire that I can produce, well, I was chosen as a cleric of the light because fire runs in me, and that's I don't know what I'm trying to say, except that I am angry and I'm trying not to explode at you because I don't want to say things that I will regret, and I know that I will regret them.
I see. Okay. I'll come back when you well, I'll leave you alone then. And should you want to talk to me about it, you can, of course. But I'll try my best not to bother you or upset you any further.
I feel like I should apologize, and I'm not going to. Because I feel what I feel, and I'm allowed to feel what I feel, damn it.
I completely agree, of course.
At some point, I will have dealt with it enough that I can talk about it in a more rational sense. Until then, I would really prefer to not discuss it. That said, I want to make sure that Winifred and little Remy are safe. That takes precedence over everything else right now.
I appreciate that. When you're ready. It kind of makes the second thing I want to talk to you about moot. So I will just leave it there.
What's the second thing? You might as well
No,
just get it out.
it's not the time. If you must know, I will tell you, but don't say I didn't warn you.
Fair enough. Let's hear it.
Is there somebody back at Waterdeep that you could use sending to see if they have some boots of speed?
And that actually does make Andraste smile. It's a slow smile, but it's the you son of a bitch.
Told you. I did say it.
You did. Possibly might be able to reach out to Rachel and see if she can start tracking something like that down. She knows the merchants.
Or Broxley, I think would be a good idea.
Sure, possibly. I'll reach out to Rachel. I think it will not surprise her as much to have my voice in her ear and ask her to start asking around.
Okay, that's fair. Wait, what about that little gnome from the dock ward? You know, we got the flag from? And the deed, actually?
Oh, at the Zablob shop, right?
Yeah, it's a blob shop.
Am I
yes.
remembering that right? It's been almost 2 years.
Bob.
I am amazed that I remembered that.
Maybe mention that to Rachel if you like.
I mean, only
Just
if you
saying.
want only if you want purple boots of speed.
They would go with my outfit, I'm sure of it. Definitely my Eldritch Blasts. And the flag. If they have it in purple, will you request that, please?
I mean, everything at the Zablob shop was purple.
It's true.
I'll do a sending to Rachel and ask her to look out for that.
Thank you. If anywhere had it, it must be Waterdeep.
I mean, it may come at a pretty nib.
That's right. Oh, why do they do that there? That's so weird.
I don't
Nibs.
know. Nibs.
Because they sound. Oh, I'm not there. Hot.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I appreciate that. Despite everything that happened before, again, I'll be around if you want to talk to me, or just give me an update from Rachel. As I kind of walk backwards.
Yeah, and I'll let him get away a little bit, and then just like turn and look back out to sea for a little bit, and just like all of this unusual pain and anger and just everything boiling back up, overtaking the amusement from the moment before, and just shaking her head, throws a fireball off into the sea, not in front of us, but off toward the sea, and just like watch it explode with her arms crossed. It is well away from the ship. It is well away from anything else. She even in her pain and rage, she doesn't want to hurt anyone.
So Remy, as you walk back over the ship, kind of in thought, you do see this, red blast off to your left, and then you hear up by Ruckus's, like the doors swing open, and he goes like, "Get it through your thick skull! I swear, if you want to teach anybody, you got to start them young. And just boom, the door slams shut. And Clint comes storming out.
That's Clint. Okay.
And then, since we had that wonderful moment, we will do a little bit of bits. We have 500 bits from the Muffin Mage for Ruckus to train little Remy.
No,
I just took a lesson on how to teach someone. I think
I really want to see. I really want to see little Remy like grab you around the knees and suplex you.
I will give him my flamberge.
Oh no.
And then welcome to the Chaos Sand Squatch. 500 bits to the Foxy Irregulars.
Thank you, Sand
Thank you
Squatch.
kindly.
That.
I've never
And-
seen a Sand Squatch
Exactly.
The same thing.
or any kind of Squatch.
Actually, I believe so. It is the way that it is not like a sand squatch.
Oh,
It's like sans serif font, right? You know, there's no serif. So sans squatch, there's no squatch.
oh,
just
Sans
no
Spawn
Squatch.
squash. Sure.
Says
I
you.
Without Squatch.
It's sans squatch.
Okay.
Such as we
Anyway,
all are.
2,500 bits to the DM
Damn it!
because some men just like to watch the world burn.
Who is this? Some men?
That's our ship you're going to burn. No.
Who?
So thank you
Not our
so
chip.
much for those. We have 5 bits in the boy.
That already burned.
And yeah, I think there may have to be some hippo men. Anyway, so let's
Thank you.
wrap up. This is the first day. Thank you for that.
I do want to do a sending back to Rachel, and the sending spell does say that if they know you, they know who it is without you having to identify yourself.
Okay.
I mean,
So
Emma was
anyone else role plays it as they
I mean-
count.
Emma was drunk. That was why I didn't say anything then. So it was just like whatever. Can you keep a lookout for boots of speed for Remy? Check there's a blob shop down in the docks.
Pretty concise.
Is that that's 25?
That's-
Is that what you were counting?
It's less than yes. That's what I was counting on my fingers. So yeah, I don't hold my hands up. Otherwise, you'd watch me count it in sign language.
So she does reply. I've never heard of boots of speed. I'll ask around.
Cool.
And you just kind of it trails off the blob shop.
Neat. All right. And I'll check in again as we're like making our way along the coast, but that's for another day.
All right. So that will be the end of the first day. Second day, noon comes around.
Bo, do it. Do the thing.
I think, well, Ruckus, I think you have a date with a dance partner who wants to get even.
I'm wanting to tango. That's how I wake up at noon.
I want, if he's still in his room, I knock on the door and I say that I think your dance partner wants you to take the floor right now.
I still say the same thing, but I don't know if Uzo will hear tango.
Uzo turns around and says, he said he'll be right out.
Is it what's it look like outside?
So it is still sunny. It is brisk. You are heading south, but it is autumn, so it's chilly on the ship. But the sun is out, the wind is favorable, and you're making good time. And there's a massive human being on the deck of the ship, right in the center. Actually, 5 feet from the center. Just waiting.
Why do you know he's 5 feet from the center, and why do you have a map out?
No, just because Ruckus went specifically into the center of the ship. And this guy, being a gentleman, is 5 feet away from the center of the ship.
It's high noon.
Apparently he's too weak to show up again.
I hear that as I'm walking by, and I go, "I'm sorry, what?
You hear
Who's too weak to
Uzo-
show up where?
The loudmouth one.
You'll have to be more
On the-
specific."
On the
As
side
soon
of
as he says that, you hear Uzo go, ooh.
As I said, you'll have to be more specific.
I've got a date with the one who throws his sword overboard.
I would like to then, right as he says also simultaneously go as I'm walking up the side of the boat with my armor of the Octopiers on, my slippers, and I'm just going up. He's talking about me.
Oh,
Trying to get all slippery. Are you wet, or did you just?
No, I crawled out of one of the
Water?
holes of the can. I crawled out of one of the holes of the cannon, and then I walked up to make a presentation. It's all about presentation when you need to attack someone. And now that I've learned how to train people, this will be a proper lesson. And I'm just gonna not jump, but I'll like off the ledge jump normally.
Hop
Yeah.
on.
Hop.
Dexterity saving throw. No, I'm just kidding.
I swear to God. Okay.
can I cast the jump spell on him before he hops? No.
So, we wrestle, we box, we fight with weapons. What do you want to do?
Now that I know what to do, we learn. That's what we do. As I point to him, I'm gonna stick just with the still the handle in my hand. Stick the flamberge into the boat, hopefully successfully.
Yes.
I feel like there's at least advantage at the very least.
Well, you didn't throw it this time, so yeah.
I will not use any magic. I will not use any spells. Not even this magic recalling flamberge of mine that you've seen me throw into many an ocean. Now, strike me, and I will teach you.
The one
what
ocean.
Huh?
Sorry.
Just the one ocean.
I'm sticking to it.
Sorry, this is a serious show. I keep forgetting.
Is it not?
I'm trying not to make it be.
Sorry.
Strike me, and I will tell you what is wrong about your offensive attacks.
All right. And he's going to go to strike you. And I can just hit up. 23. As he,
Don't
as he
use magic.
Yeah, he does. I lied about the magic.
You thought about shield though, didn't you?
No, I'm gonna use it. I said I lied about the magic, and I'm just gonna. And the second before it punches me in the face.
Get good, noobs.
Never trust your opponent.
Oh, yeah?
Never trust.
On it. I will add a d6 to that.
Do it.
Mhm.
As this shield goes up. And he comes in with a jab, and you throw up the shield, and he pulls just at the last moment and kicks with his leg underneath the shield, tripping you to the ground, and you on your back.
Never trust your foe.
Very, very tricky. And he holds out his hand to help you up.
Uh-oh.
Excellent. I'm not gonna grab your hand.
Hold it out there. That was. I should have known. Don't trust
Okay,
your
out of
enemy.
everyone that.
A lesson, right? Everybody, don't trust your enemy.
Who is teaching who here?
I hope you all learned that. I hope you all learned that lesson.
You hear from the crowd around someone suddenly say, "Hit him again!" Well, obviously. Oh, hit
Can I
him
perception?
again!
Can I perception to see if that's Remy lying?
I'm trying to disguise my voice as best as I can.
He's a puppeteer.
Yeah. So you hear hit him again, but it's coming from crotch level.
Who said that at crotch level? All right. Well,
Do you want help up? Or do you just want? What?
no, I do. I'm going to stand up on my own, but thank you. And I'm still on the ground, but thank you. And I'm all right.
Hold on.
Excellent. Strike me again.
All right.
I feel like you have perfect footing. I really feel like I should be teaching your weaker compatriots, your peers, literally looking like they're doing nothing over there. I feel like I should be training them, but let's train you, the Mr. What's your name again? I keep calling you Tiny, ironically.
Brandon.
God, I've always wanted to beat the shit out of a Brandon. All right, well,
So 15. So he comes in and you manage to just kind of sidestep a little bit, and it misses your shoulder.
Okay, perfect.
Throws off a little bit, and then regroups back up. He's waiting at that point for to come at him.
Well, actually, when he struck past me and missed, can I just strike at one of his openings under that?
Sure. Yes.
Speed it up.
Candle keeps note.
What'd I roll?
1d20.
No, I just do it. Ah, fuck.
Plus strength.
Was he supposed to give it to me, or was he about to give it to me?
It'd be whatever your longsword is -1, I would think. Just because of your longsword's a +1.
You should have unarmed attack as one of your actions on D&D Beyond.
I rolled it as a strength saving throw, but it's the same roll, unarmed strike, and that with a +9.
Gotcha. So 21, yeah. So you catch him off guard, and he stumbles and is almost saves from falling to the ground. But he's 20 feet away now, and he hits the ground, rolls over, and then leans up on one knee. He didn't quite he's not quite young enough for him to just roll up and bounce back up. He's like, oof. Wow. All right. You're still tricky.
Wait a minute, how old are you?
And you suddenly look, he's 38.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fair
that's old enough.
He's like, oh yeah. I remember I used to do that pole trick, where it looks like you're in the wind and you're flying. Can't do that anymore.
Oh wow, that's impressive. Oh my god, you must have been shredded. I mean, I can do that too, crew. I can do that as well.
Uzo's off to the side, just nodding disapprovingly.
All right. We know you've been shredded before. But can you use your old strength now? I don't know. You're not that old.
Do you want to go lift weights or something?
Yeah, let's just lift weights. Everybody lift weights. Just everybody fucking lift weights. Let's all just do this. We're going to work out. We're going to do 15 reps by 3 sets. I know this more than actual training or fighting training. And then we're going to do a bunch of burpees, 15 by 3 again. And then another workout I will come up with in the meantime.
So I'm going to say almost everybody is I got ropes to pull.
Have literally anything else to do.
You're all weak.
But there are a handful of the new crew, especially some of the newbies, who actually come up and are like, let's train, let's work out. And also Brandon is like, yes, we can use cannonballs.
We can. No, as medicine balls.
Yeah,
For like rotating at the waist as on the ground. I don't remember the name of the exercise, but it is an exercise nonetheless.
Drop them.
Okay. Yeah. So, and there also happens to now be a bard on board, and there is a jazzercise montage that happens.
Can I be Gene Simmons? Can I be Gene Simmons?
I think you mean Richard Simmons, and I hate you so much for mixing them up.
You could definitely be Gene Simmons here. Your tongue is out. Your face is painted.
Oh, I love everything about this.
That's who that is.
This is Emmy material right here. Oh my gosh. All right. So you guys, if you want, Aaron, Ruckus can join in, lead, and you guys start training, lifting weights, sword fighting.
I just imagine this bard is sitting there playing Eye of the Tiger or something while they're going.
How the hell did we get overlooked this Emmy season? How the hell?
Oh yeah.
I could not tell you.
It's impossible. I've kicked down so many doors. We've had Remy have
The range
so
of
many
this
lovers.
Have we?
I thought you've had a couple. Wait, no, am I wrong? Oh, only one.
The emotional toil of a broken heart and a jazzercise montage. I mean, the range of this show, it's amazing.
Yeah,
It's
we're
a
real
Mari episode right here.
So that's you, Ruckus. All right.
Yeah, I'm Richardson. Googling.
Damn Good Body. Was that his name?
Google.
So in this like time lapse speed up of them working out and jazzercising, like the montage is them skittering like ants, and Uzo is just like stationary in the background. He just doesn't move and just watches the entire thing.
I want to open the montage with you. How many joined me? Just 3? Like out of the whole crew?
5.
Okay. Well, then I'm just going to go to each of their faces and put my hands around their face and just be like, you all will be the reason your crew members survive whatever encounters we face. Now we trained! And then
I'm walking by. No pressure.
Okay. Yeah. So you're doing that. That's happening. Andraste, you are up on the front of the ship, the bow, as it may be called. And as the day progresses from morning to noon, you witness that.
And I'm just to stay out of it, amused, but staying out of it.
Is there anything you would like to do?
Honestly, if she was avoiding engaging yesterday, she's even more so now, because now she's just like, nope. So she splits her time between being at the wheel and being up in the crow's nest, and just really just not talking to anyone. I mean, she's not impolite about it. I mean, if someone greets her, she like waves and says hello back and then keeps going, but very definitely wants to be left alone.
All right. You see a couple of occasions where you think you see Emma coming up to talk to you, and then kind of, making a slight turn, and then randomly talking to crew members, who look confused.
Yeah, I'll note that, and after like the 3rd or 4th time that she does that, I'll just like sigh, like, yes, Emma, what is it?
Yeah. It's just that everyone is well, everything is. Ruckus okay?
As compared to what?
No, I think I don't think he's okay. Like, I mean, he was weird. He was odd before, but this seems destructive, and I don't know. It's concerning, and I know that you were sort of the soul that kind of bound everything together, and well, it just seems like things are not gelling like they were before.
Yeah, it's been a couple of things happened in Baldur's Gate that were trying. Let's go for that word. And you're right. Ruckus is on an interesting path, and I'll talk to him.
You were that's why you were in Baldur's Gate, right?
Yes.
You weren't gone long. Did everything go well?
The situation was resolved. Whether or not it went well is a matter of opinion, I suppose.
Right. Did he die again?
No. No, there is mercy. I think we'd all be a lot more not all right if he had died again. No, he got his revenge. And he learned what everyone has to at some point, that vengeance is very bitter.
Yeah, it leaves a hole in one. Usually several holes.
There wasn't so much a hole as a bloodied stump, but yes.
Right. Okay.
But I'll talk to him. You're right, and thank you for pointing it out. I've been distracted.
Yeah, everything I didn't mean to. I don't want to pry or anything. There's two new halflings on board.
Yes, there are.
That's new.
Yes. Our own Slade Remington has some backstory. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah. We're out of cookies. So I hope you don't spend too long at the library.
I want to go digging into my bag of holding and see if there's any boxes of cookies left at this point, because I put a lot into my bag of holding.
You have? Okay. You just give me a D20 roll.
All right. Come on. 15?
Oh yeah. You actually reach in and you feel, not only do you feel one, you feel like 4 of the boxes there.
I'll keep that. I'll keep the number of it to myself, but I'll pull out one of the boxes and hand it to her.
And you just see like her eyes go wide and like, oh.
And I'll wink at her. Thank you for keeping an eye out for us. It's very much appreciated.
The crew's gonna love these.
I think they will.
And she's like, okay. Pops the lid, grabs a cookie in her mouth, and then like turns around and runs, and you see her going up, cookie, as cookie, and she's offering cookies to all of the or as many of the crew as she can see. She sees Uzo, cookie.
Uzo, yes, of course, please.
Like,
and he goes over to grab one. He kind of was like, saw her leave with the box, and he's like, what? And then she comes over to offer him some, and he's like, oh, okay, yes, please. Thank you.
I like the clothes. Very nice.
He just realizes he still has them on. Yes. I think they fit me pretty well. Do you know whether or not they would go over well in Candlekeep?
I've not ever been.
As far as I understand how style works, each city probably has notable things attached to it. I don't want to stand out there. So if this is fine, I will wear it. But Yeah, as you can imagine, I completely forgot I was wearing these threads. Thank you for letting me remember.
Yeah. Okay. Another cookie? And you look in, there's like 3 left.
He stops himself after he finishes his remaining cookie, and you should probably share it with the others. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. She goes off and finds 3 more sailors and shares cookies.
Uzo walks down below deck with the intention to change his robes out of these clothes and back into his robes.
All right.
I see a crew member, Clint, eating a cookie. Clint, stop what you're doing right now.
As he's like, yeah?
No. Where
No.
did you get that?
Miss
Not
Emma.
toy with me, Clint. I'm in
Emma.
no mood.
It was the last one, though. I don't know. She said she ran out like 3 days ago.
I am heartbroken. I will remember this, Mr. Clint. I'm just gonna walk off slowly.
And he's like, what?
They're all crazy.
Yes. As you are kind of walking off, kind of yelling silently to yourself, you actually run into Winifred.
Oh, Winnie.
Oh, there you are. Oh.
Hi.
Everything okay?
Yeah, it just something really disappointing just happened, and it was very unexpected. I apologize.
Yeah, I saw Ruckus too.
I mean, that I've gotten used to that, but fair point. Fair point.
Right.
How are you? How's the ship? How do you find it? Sorry.
Yeah, it's and she runs over to the edge and
Right. I kind of get the stool for her to step down onto because I assume she's like over.
Yeah,
there.
just like leaning up on it.
Here you go.
It's
You all right?
as she's like kind of like yeah. It's I'm getting used to it.
Grab my handkerchief that I have and kind of wipe off a little bit. Got some there.
Thank you. Yeah, I think little Remy's definitely taken to it more than me. She kind of looks around and then sees him just like doing something totally innocent. Just, up by the like on the ledge overlooking your doorway to your cabin. But
he does seem to be taking to it. I seem to remember you never quite liked it. That's all.
Yeah, it's traveled over land most of the time. Yeah.
And you went out to the sea for me. For us?
Well, for us, yeah. I mean, you saw Baldur's Gate. You know what it is.
How on earth did you end up there? I really must know. I mean, what happened?
I mean, I've been since you left. I did what I needed to do to survive, and that was picking up the blade. That was learning to defend myself.
And what brought you all the way out here?
Well, I mean, Baldur's Gate's not a great place. And somebody needs to keep an eye on not great places.
You were there to take care of people, and is that right?
Yeah, I was part of the crew in that section of the city, whatever it's called.
I forget too.
Yeah.
Everything that was going on there. Hardly remember where you were. Everyone's attacking you all the time.
Yeah.
How long have you been in Baldur's Gate?
2 years.
2 years. You raised Remy there by yourself?
I mean, not by myself. There were others that I was working with. She just is like, okay, here's the thing. And she kind of like just pulls her collar back a little bit, and underneath, pinned to the inside, is a harp. And she just goes, I've got friends. Do you know what that means?
In fact, I do. One of your friends may be on board right now.
Is
Who's over
that
there?
really?
Yes. When we were in Waterdeep, he became a member, I believe. I think. And, well, they've been a good sort of people in our experience, so I don't exactly know what their mandate or purpose is, but I've seen them do good by us and by the people of Waterdeep, so...
Yeah. I mean, we are. We keep evil at bay. I guess is one way to look at it.
Were
We don't
you
like bad people doing bad things.
dispatched to Baldur's Gate then?
I
Did they
was.
send you there? And
I
now
was.
you are coming with us. I mean, don't they need someone in Baldur's Gate? What's going to happen?
Well, they will get the letter probably in a few days. I sent them a letter in the batch that you helped me write.
Ah,
And, well, they'll just have to deal with it. And I will be at their service wherever I end up.
we should talk about that.
Yeah. So she heard nothing about anything about where you were going or anything that Jared said. So
I had told her last time that, yeah, that we were at least going to Waterdeep.
yeah, she's like, and so it's like, yeah, I guess sailing a bit and ending up in Waterdeep, where you have a tavern.
Yeah, the Foxy regulars too. Yeah, yes,
Right.
we own it all together. Though our adventures keep us out and about. It seems to do pretty well, I think.
Yeah,
Been a while.
So I was on the crew. We were tight, but we never we were not this tight. We always went our separate ways. You and this group that you are with are like a family. Is that Is that a problem that we're here?
I don't think it's a problem. I don't think it's a problem at all. Honestly, if I had my way, well, there'd be no reason for us to part.
But you don't have your way, do you?
We are set on a mission. Both Grant and
Oh dear, it looks like you've forgotten. Oh,
You froze up, Bo.
Dramatic pause.
your eyes glazed over.
is it better? Okay. It just popped up. Your internet connection is unstable.
Yeah.
Unstable.
The task that is set before us is one. I would sound crazy to me if I didn't know what I know. But Uzo is he's a warlock, and as am I, though not nearly as powerful as he. Don't let him know I said that.
Okay. Oh, warlock.
Perhaps we better go inside into the room.
Okay. And you guys make your way into the room.
I tell her about Uzo and our quest and Bahamut, and I make sure to say it's all in his book. However, don't read it because he exaggerates.
And you sort of get to, you have to free a god from a prison, and she's just taken aback. This is a quest that they tell stories about.
Only
Hero.
if they succeed.
I suppose.
No one will tell the story of Slade Remington should he die in a bar in Derrylin. Probably because of something stupid Ruckus said. But
Right. So you are going to...
yes. We make
through a magical portal.
yes, to a world I do not know, amongst people that are no doubt going to be strange and will think us strange.
Right. I would, I have experience. I have skills. But it seems to me like there will become a point where you will need to depart again as a team.
Yes.
I would
put you or Remy into danger.
Yes.
And it's
As
not
much-
that I don't trust you, it's that I'm not sure how much hope I have for myself and my team. I'm trying to keep a strong facade up. It's difficult, but how do you say you're going to fight a god? How do you say you're going to do these things? And I'm just a halfling.
You're not just a halfling. You're Slade Remington. You're a warlock. You have friends who are just as powerful.
That I
That
do.
is the beginning of a successful story.
Thank you. I'll
If
do my
you
best.
if you take us to Waterdeep, we can wait there. I've been
That-
there before.
Have you?
I have.
How long ago?
4 years ago,
4 years.
I trained there.
Is that right?
Yes, that's the Harpers have a pretty big network there.
Do you know the talking mayor? What was the name?
No,
No,
What do I mean the
There was-
mayor, of course. The mayor talks.
the
It's
mayor.
run by the Open Lord, but
What? Okay. Well, if you spend some time there, then great. That's wonderful. You will have an opportunity to see old friends and keep young Remy out of trouble.
I trust you won't delay.
Not a single day. Not a single hour.
Well, we have, from the looks of it, then we've got a few weeks on the ocean.
First to Salt Marsh. It's a lovely place. I'd love to show you.
Very well.
We'll spend as much time as we can together. I promise you that. Make every moment count. I want to spend it with Remy as well. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I didn't make it back, and I'm sorry that I must leave you again. I don't want you to think that that is my nature. I truly do want to stay. But this is something we have to do. I have to see through.
Then I'll support you. And if that means you knowing that we're safe, as safe as one can be in a big city, then we'll do it.
Thank you, Winifred. You've made it much easier than I thought it was going to be. So,
Not saying I wouldn't mind. If little Remy wasn't here, I'd be all for traveling across the open ocean. But he has to learn. He needs to learn more than 2 languages.
he knows 2 languages already?
Well,
Common and Halfling, of course.
Yes, of course. We speak Halfling when we can.
That's wonderful. Well then, we'll get through this together this time. And when we leave, my family and I will work as hard as I can to get back. All of us back to Waterdeep, back to your arms.
I will be
back
waiting.
to our life.
Go free a dragon god. And then you can come back and settle down.
Well, I mean, we're going to upgrade, of course. I mean, the dragon god is going to owe us, so don't you worry about that.
Right. Very well. Now come here. And scene.
Go on.
I've been really trying, baby.
Did we just
anything
get hosted?
else?
I think we did.
Ruckus needs to urinate.
91 viewers. That's an
Yeah.
interesting post.
Razor ATX. Thank you.
Thank you. That's amazing.
Psycho.
Came right at the heartfelt moment too.
Yeah.
Well,
All
right, like after it ended.
So, Uzo, did you had a little scene with Emma? Is there anything else you want to do before you guys hit the library?
I would say that if he came out after that conversation and little Remy is with Uzo is talking to him. What just happened?
I do
Yeah.
know. Keep
I think we
going.
lost our
Okay.
elf.
I mean, she'll come back.
You look
Let me
cool.
fix this. Hold on.
While he's fixing that, Uzo is sitting on the side of the ship with a book, reading to the young halfling, reading a tale of the adventures that the team has gone on, and he's saying like, "Hey, that was your father. That was your father's feat there." But this is the book that I had the elf write about our heroics. No, so the stream audio is gone.
This is not how we usually roll. We have a whole studio here, everyone, that we can't use because of the stupid pandemic that we're in. We are usually, and when I say usually, it feels so long ago.
Like I was saying, Rectum damn near killed him. And no, he's telling the story. But sorry, Thomas, I just needed to do that bit. It wasn't doing much. He was just telling little Remy about the adventures that the group went on, and that his dad was my sidekick, and blah 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 blah. But Thomas is absolutely right. We are a professional outfit, no matter what kind of BS ruckus Aaron forces us to do.
Oh, totally. I said nothing for a half hour. Totally.
We are so professional that 27 minutes ago, J Matthews 85 with 1,000 bits to the players, maybe to the DM. It is J Matthews for a +1 leotard of leadership.
Oh,
it's like that's got to happen.
Well,
I feel like yes.
Agreed.
Somewhere.
But he's heard of Boots of Speed. Come on.
But the next one says.
Somewhere on this ship there is a +1 leotard of leadership, and we will figure out what that actually means, and who gets to don that leotard.
Thonging it.
Thank you so much for the host, Razor ATX. Really appreciate it. And thank you guys for sticking around through the technical difficulties. Andraste will likely be back. She's deep off in her thoughts. Yeah, no, she's gone overboard. She was like, I'm done with this group. Fuck this.
Use the time. Actually, why don't we use the time to take a quick break?
Oh, my bladder is so full.
We'll be back in 5 minutes to wrap up this show. We'll be right back. Actually, I was thinking about Snarf from the Too Many Cooks.
Too many cooks.
Why does I don't know why the snarf in that noise makes me think of the Dark Crystal.
I can see it.
I still need to see the season, but they can't.
Yeah, I haven't.
They canceled it.
They
No
canceled
season 2.
Mhm.
All
Which
good
is
things
heartbreaking
die.
because they did such a good job with the first season.
All good things
All right.
die.
So welcome back, everybody, to Movie Talk.
Are we actually live now? Is that...
Yes, we are.
Oh shit!
But Thomas, thanks for that count-in.
I'm gonna type in my catchphrase. All good things die.
So,
I guess
we're in the right spots
I
mostly.
get passionate about my Jim Henson, man.
Yeah, sorry about having to drop, guys. My internet dropped. I'm currently using my phone as a mobile hotspot, so pray for my data.
That's a steady stream off of a hotspot. That's damn good.
that's exactly what I said.
Yeah,
Huh.
I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we had just finished with Uzo telling the tales of the Foxy Irregulars as Uzo as the hero of those, with Remy as the backup sidekick.
Needing
Already,
the extra hand out.
I come out up behind him. Can I sneak up behind them?
Probably with your stealth, if you
Hood
want.
up. Yeah.
This
Put
is you're going through a lot of lengths to sneak up on your son and his uncle,
It's true.
reading a bedtime story.
Suspense.
Okay, so that's the first one.
Eh.
I guess it's one better.
All right.
21.
Perception then for me.
Yeah, perception.
At disadvantage. There it is.
Oh.
At disadvantage.
Why is so I still get the card, but why do I get disadvantage? It's still one roll. You get the advantage.
He has
My
he has
hood
the
is
hood
up. Welcome to the Cloak of Elven Kind. I get advantage and you get disadvantage.
Well, I'm gonna hope that the card that we get is fortuitous circumstance. What card do we get?
Oh, come on. Thomas took all
You're
of those
not
out.
gonna
You
get
know that.
fortuitous circumstance out of this deck. Reroll a skill or attack. You receive maximum amount of healing and advantage on a saving throw.
If I re-roll a skill or attack, if I use that, can it take my nat 20?
You could also spend 2 bits to take the nat 20.
True.
I would take the nat 20.
I will let you use the card because why not?
Yeah.
But wait, is a net? Wait, no. That was too easy. Okay, that for the boy. All right, I was like,
Yeah.
is a nat 20 better?
Yes.
Well, the thing is that you
nat
cannot
20.
critically succeed on skill checks. So nat 20.
So it's still a 23 versus
a 21.
21.
I hear him and I sense him, and I think as he gets closer, I say more and more offensive things deliberately.
Oh, come on. Do you know it's me?
I have so
It's either
I
you or
feel,
Emma.
yeah, it's that's I'm deducing that it's somebody like yeah.
And I'll come down thinking I'm very sneaky. And I'll kind of bend over there. Just on the other side. If little Remy is on the left and Uzo is on the right, I'll come to Uzo's right side and go.
Open.
No, do not ship that.
I ship it so hard though.
I did a DBZ fusion thing in my head. We all were on different boats.
There. So I'll come up and I'll say, teaching my son what fiction is so early. Is that right, Uzo?
I think history is written by the victors, and this is the account of the victorious Uzo as he saves the lives of everyone on board. Little Remy, this is true, right? Because everyone is still here with us. Your father is trying to impart on you fake news. I would not listen to his tales of grandeur. But
Yes,
you can put your
I
trust
think
in-
that only one of us has been telling tales of grandeur today. So don't worry about that. And don't worry, Remy. I will teach you what critical thinking is, and you will grow up to see through that bullshit. See,
Uzo
there's
kind
something
of,
called propaganda. We'll get into it, I promise.
you curse in front of the boy.
That's right. I'm a sailor, aren't I? And so is the boy.
Oh, well, okay. Your son.
Screw
But
you.
us,
Uzo.
Hey, Remy.
and he just looks up at Remy's.
No, Remy. That's not how we treat people.
Sorry, Mr. Uzo.
No. Your father has a point. And he looks around and he goes, don't take any shit off of anyone. But I did not tell you this. By the way, the book is true. As he gets up and kind of dusts him off and says, remember your lessons, and walks away. Your father should have taken you now.
Oh, don't worry. That was the plan.
And can I ask a question about this book? What is? So you hired somebody to write it?
The elven scribe back in the high forest. Do you remember that?
Yep, right as everyone else was drinking and partying, I paid him to write it.
Right. So he wrote it right then. You dictated, and then
All night, I think, is what it was.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so he didn't like go off to write it on his own and send it to you. He wrote it and gave it to you.
Yeah, I was dictating it.
Gotcha.
Right, speak when I throw when I speak. Because Uzo couldn't read or write then.
Did have you updated it, or does it stop at the Blight Forest?
Oh,
It
good.
stops at the Blight Forest, yeah.
Nice. Okay.
So I'd go off with little Remy to teach him the difference and how to tell, people. He's 5. He doesn't get much.
Nope.
I mean, he understands. From that, he definitely understands what a tall tale is and what embellishment is, and and then he tells you about the time he caught a fish this big, which at the time he caught it probably was the span of like his arms. He's just grown longer than the fish. And he
That's awesome.
and he does that. He's like, I once caught a fish this big. Wait, it was more like this big. It was big.
It looks big. Well done. Well done. I've heard a fish story from a far off land, actually, about a marlin that was caught. Actually, the nose was this long. I stretch out as long as I can.
Yeah. And it impaled a man, right?
That's right.
Yep.
They had to take the
What?
axe of the man who was impaled and sliced into its head, and they all ate sushi for months. Until the ship, the next day was taken down by the Kraken.
Wow.
And he goes, what?
Shit happens. Sorry.
Not just from the fish. Month-old fish.
Okay, so after 2 days and nights of travel, the third morning, you basically pull offshore about 100 feet, as it is a rocky cliff area. And you do see this pretty massive citadel built into the cliffside of this ocean. You see a road that leads to it, to a front gate, and you see that you need to go, probably a couple of miles north. You're going to turn the ship around, go a couple of miles north to get to a place where you're not going to climb cliffs to get to the road that will get you there. Or you can try and climb the cliffs.
We don't have climbing gear.
I have slippers.
Also, Ruckus, do not forget. I have not forgotten, and I am going to pin you down at some point and have a conversation.
Okay.
I think we might be able to ascend this together.
I think I see what you're saying.
If Rakis, you can carry the little one up and walk me and Androste will float gently to the top. Is that a good idea?
I really,
It is great.
I really want to fly, so yes, please.
Oh, thank God. I thought I had to carry everybody. Sweet.
And Clint just kind of looks over and goes, "Where are you going to put the boat?"
I honestly think the boat is safest there, among the rocks below, and no one can steal it from us.
Can you
And the
describe
rock-
again what we're looking at here, Thomas? Like,
Yeah.
there's
so
no
you
dock.
are-
There's no nothing.
there is no port. There is no docks. It is sheer cliffs, 20, 30 feet high, waves crashing into the rocks below. It is not hospitable, and it is on purpose because they don't want anyone to attack it. So the best way is to get a small boat a couple of miles north or south of it and walk in.
Well, that honestly shouldn't be too difficult, though. We'll just go back north a little bit and set in with a dinghy. As much as I would love to fly.
Very well.
Whatever is the wisest course of action, but this is not an obstacle.
No, but getting to it might be.
We can't dinghy to the rocks close enough where the boat won't get destroyed. The little dinghy won't get destroyed, and then we cannot fly or jump to the coast, right?
Well, we're definitely going to leave little Remy here, and we will go. Just saying that, so it's said. Remy stays here, not going with us. All right. How high up is it? Those cliffs, do you think?
I've seen Ruckus jump higher than this.
I'm sorry. We contemplated bringing the child, and yes, I could. I feel like I could jump this.
DM, do you think he could jump this?
He probably could.
Well, I would also just like to point out that since we came back on the boat and I'm never quite sure what's going to happen, yeah, I have the ability to have us just walk across the water.
This
That's
is
right.
coming up just now. Why?
What was that?
Because I knew how you would react to that particular piece of news.
Of course, I have a god complex. I'd love to walk on water.
Yeah, this seems like information that would have benefited us a lot sooner.
Regardless, we're here now.
I don't always have it prepared because it is a reasonably high level spell, but I've learned that anytime that I'm on the water, something seems to go wrong. So I have it prepared now whenever I am on the ocean.
Clever.
And if we want to better manage my resources, I can cast it as a ritual.
How long
And
would that take?
does it last?
I'm sorry, what?
How long does it last?
An hour.
All right.
The look on his face.
It's perfect. That's a great solution.
No, not yours, Aaron's. Just like the big bug eye thing.
I was like, yeah, let's do this.
No, but why not? Let's make it be cool.
So if you do want to back up anytime between the night and the morning to have a conversation, we should do that now before we get too much further ahead.
Oh, do we want to do that tonight?
Unless you wanted to do it another night.
No, I think that now that Andraste has been reminded that she is the solo party, she's going to put aside her own personal bullshit and pay more attention. So yeah, no, that evening after like food and everything, she would seek Ruckus out wherever
Okay.
he might be.
I wasn't training them all day, but I trained for a good amount of the day, and then I gave them their break. And then I guess I went back to being a bosun. Bosun.
Bosun. So you're physically tired. I mean, your muscles are probably aching. It's too
Why?
bad there's no because he was working out all day.
Mm-hmm.
Moving with cannonballs, jazzercising. He found the leotard of leadership.
Fucking asshole.
I have to be yoked in order for the next heroic adventure or my death.
You already have like 20 strength, don't you?
Stronger as he medicine ball curls twists.
I'm going to kick your ass up between your ears.
Does he get? Can he get like a +1 to his strength ability? Then all this working out he was doing.
Yeah,
One
working
day
out
of working out. One day of working out does not
Yeah,
equal.
I am proof.
Same. Currently on day 3, and my muscles are just like.
I look at my watch and say, that's 164th day of missing the gym again.
Feels like a million. Anyway, yeah, I would seek Ruckus out. Is he in his room?
Yeah. I held up a facade as like, you deal with the cannons. Excellent. You all know how to deal with them. I shall be in my bosun quarters. And then I'm just gonna you can hear the snore past the door.
I just like tip my head a little bit, look up at the sky, and it's like, it's not even all that late. And then just like tap on the door with a knuckle.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right. You can do this. I want her to hear a thud.
Ruckus?
Yes, your bosun is coming to the door, and just kind of a slither, like a you can hear a slide across wood.
I'll open the door before he gets to it, and just like look in and look down at him.
Good morrow. How are the?
Oh,
The
don't get all formal on me, Mr. Quinn.
I'm so tired.
You look exhausted. Do you want a hand up?
Please close the door before. Please close the door before my compatriots and my peers, my other fellow peers, also see my current state.
Yeah,
of
I'll like step over him to step into the room and close the door behind me.
Thank you. I'm still like the last.
In fact, I probably had to hop a little bit to get over you because you're enormous. And just like looking like, do you want help getting up, or are you fine where you are?
I can slither back to the bed. I believe. I will try, and if you wish to help, you may. But
I'll lend a hand.
Oh, God damn it. Okay.
So yeah. So also one of the things that you imparted on Brandon was importance of leg day. So you very. That's why it's hard for you to walk back to the bed.
Sure.
It's the old magical jumping calves. You think magic would take care of it? Surprisingly doesn't.
Well, I mean, magic can't do everything, Ruckus.
It's magic.
Yes, it still can't do everything.
I strongly disagree by the definition of the term. Please tell me, though. What's up? How are you? Why come see me in the middle of my rigorous training, all noodle?
You're not going to be able to stand up tomorrow, are you?
We won't know until tomorrow.
Right. And I'll like pull my bag of holding onto my lap and reach in and pull one of the 3 boxes to myself. And I don't take it out exactly, but I open it and pull a couple of cookies out, close it and push it back in, and hand him a couple of cookies.
Oh my
Carb
God.
loading.
Please. I will ingest them.
Do not tell Remy that I have these.
Yeah, of course not.
Fantastic. Just wanted to make sure. um,
No one's getting the cookies. We're all hounds for those cookies.
you break her heart. She doesn't share cookies. It seems like a fair exchange. Yeah, and she'll come and like sit on the bed next to you and be like, I wanted to check in with you. If you're in a state where you're not going to fall asleep on me in the middle of a serious conversation.
Well, from that little stunt I saw out in the ocean, I feel like I don't want to fall asleep in the middle of a conversation between you and I. If you get my vibe, your fireball vibe out in the ocean earlier, I feel like we all saw that.
Well, I'm not angry at you, so I don't think you need to worry about a fireball.
Of course not. I'm just saying I don't think I'm the only one who needs a little inspecting.
That's fair. Trade you?
What do you want to know?
I want to know how you're doing after everything at the Von Keen estate. We haven't had much of a chance to sit and talk about it, and I admit I've been wrapped up in my own bullshit and didn't catch that you were getting self-destructive on me.
Self-destructive.
I'll just reach over and poke his bicep.
Yeah. God, your pokes always feel more. They hit me in the spot.
I have very pointy fingers and cousins. I know where to poke.
God, you and your brilliance. Well, what is there to say, honestly? We killed the people who killed my family, and we learned my family died for no good reason. They died because they were simply outliers to a greater plan. That's where I'm at. And now that I have avenged one family, I feel it necessary to protect another. Not every crew member is strong enough to agree with that resolve, but some were. And hopefully they'll be the ones that help us along our journey.
Ruckus, you know that you don't have to protect us by yourself, right?
Right?
I just like look at him and raise an eyebrow.
Of course I knew we're a team. But of course I knew we are also a family, and family members can be lost. I'm just saying, I'm going to do everything on my corner of this to make sure it doesn't happen again.
And I appreciate that. I do. Because I have exactly the same resolve. You are my family, and I will go to rather great lengths to make sure that you remain with me. That said, and I understand that this is me standing in a glass house throwing stones. You can't help us if you work yourself into the ground.
You've described my favorite pastime. But also, I can't let go of that part for some reason. I can't. Everything I'm trying to do, I feel like I can do it with the team. But for some reason, I will always fight to do something that is on my own. a way I can protect you on my own, something I know on my own. Maybe it's a remnant of the past. But all I know right now is it is an intent I cannot escape. It is it's almost like second nature to me to jump in front of a boulder or a sword in front of any of you. But yeah,
Ruckus,
I appreciate the help.
Ruckus, Guadanin, no one else in this team can do what you can do. And no one else in this team can do what I can do. We each have our roles to play. So yes, we work as a team, absolutely, 100%. But if you need something that is entirely yours, your work with that flamberge, second to none.
Well, yeah, I have
You-
never seen someone else throw it. So.
Neither have I. Until little Remy went and did that. I don't know where he picked that up.
I see greatness in that child. Don't tell Remy that.
I'm not telling Remy much at the moment, so that's fair.
Really?
We're going to skip over that. We're focusing on you at the moment. We'll come back to me.
Oh, it's always about me.
Look, if there's anything that that I learned about vengeance when dealing with everything in the forest is that, well, once you get your vengeance, it's hard to know what to do next. It's hard to have a purpose for a long time and then suddenly have it taken away.
It really is. It's like the first question that comes to mind once you've done it is, where do I go from here?
Yeah. And having a quest to throw ourselves into afterwards, for me, healing the forest of its blight, and for you and us, dealing with this Bahamut situation, it helps, but there's still a hollowness, I think.
I, my eyes will kind of linger out to like the door beyond the door, if you kind of that sense, you know what I mean? Like I'm not looking at just the door. I'm looking at like the people I've been kind of training for these 2 days, these long 2 days, a day and a half. It is a lot on one's mind.
It is. And I mean, Lyra knows I certainly can't tell you anything. I strongly suspect you won't listen because, well, I can hardly order you around. That said, we need all of us to be in the best places that we can be. And if you need to sit and talk about all of this for a while, I'm here.
It's a big gulp. Well, I appreciate that, Androste. And I will come to you whenever I feel like I need to voice something.
Please do.
Right now. Thank you. Right now, I just. Oh, so.
Right now,
This
go ahead.
delay, this Wi-Fi delay.
Go ahead.
All I wanted to say was that I feel like I can confide in the team now, in the new family. But you most of all. You will be the first to know when I am ready to divulge more. But at this, I just feel like I need more time to think about the loss. I will tell you when something else comes to my mind, but at this moment, for some reason, the only thought that keeps forming is none of you will be lost to me.
I love you, Ruckus. You are a brother to me. And I feel exactly the same. I will go to great lengths to see that none of you are lost. So I think we are in accord on that.
I want to say like a hand goes to her hand in an endearing fashion.
Wrap my hand, well, like take his hand and squeeze it gently, very gently, because I'm aware his hands probably hurt.
Yeah, like a little wince.
And just like
Very
gently touch his arm, like, all right, honey.
Arm is also sore.
There's nowhere safe to touch you except possibly the top of your head, and I think you would throw me off the boat if I disturbed your hair.
Migraine.
Sure, fair enough.
But even if your hair, wait, does your hand go on my head or no?
Yeah, I'll just like reach up and gently like pat the hair down a little bit and then lift it up.
I'll say migraine, but then after that, I'll put a hand on your hand and just, but thoroughly appreciate it. Kind of a nice, endearing handhold.
Aww.
Character development.
Well, it's a bitch, isn't it?
All right. And with that, I think we're going to wrap up tonight with the data on the phone, and there's still a missing tome out there, which is good. You guys know nothing about it because probably by next episode, the tome will no longer be missing. And I can name the show.
Name the show.
Appropriately named.
I almost changed it to the library, and I'm really glad that I didn't.
Wasn't that on the thumbnail though?
For a little bit, yeah. I actually updated that as it was live.
Leaving this the missing tome is not it's not wrong.
I mean, Thomas, my dear, my darling, my sweet one, you understand that if you give us 2 days to role play in, we will role play.
On the other hand, one session, 2 days. That's amazing.
We're doing it, Peter. We're doing it.
Yeah.
The record.
So when you were like, what are you guys going to do during this trip? I was like, okay, cool. This is exactly what I want to do. But then you were like, this is the first day. I was like, are you really? Are you slowing down time here? All right. Jumping in.
I didn't want to, but then like everything started to be like, everybody wanted, Warren, it was you, Uzo wanting to spend time with little Remy. I'm like, oh, I have to like bake that.
I fast tracked that. I thought.
Yeah, but like everybody wanted to spend time with everyone, so it's just kind of.
Oh, Warren, it's all your fault. Shh.
I don't want this arc to end, so like I will role play every hour of every minute leading up to Bahamut.
Well, and I mean, honestly, having the time to role play is good. It's fun. It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it adds gravity to the end when like somebody dies. So
yeah,
role play.
All right.
Grim.
So
expected you are to these damn characters.
Is that grim? I've been expecting to die since episode 1, TBH.
I mean, you throw yourself in front of flaming things. I suspect that you're not
No.
the one who's expecting you to die.
Earlier today I posted on one of the Dungeons and Dragons 5e groups that I'm thinking of coming up with a new plan. Bad guys always hit. I'll roll dice just because I like the sound of them, but they always hit.
Nice try there, buddy.
And I put down. I think dice just make things random.
The only reason I'm not against it is because Thomas is rolling the damage. It could be 1 after 1 after 1, or it could be 1, 6, 1, 1, and then 6. And
that's a good plan if we're algorithmically rolling it on a website. If you're rolling the dice in person, I don't like this plan.
You can't get rid of AC, okay?
And not just because the person with the lowest AC has like a 16 or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
I worked hard for this AC.
Yes,
I definitely have to scale up the monsters to make things challenging.
I'm gonna get stomped.
I mean, as I see in like, sure. As I see in like every D&D group, when someone's talking about handling players, it's like AOE, mate. Wisdom saving throws. Remy's suddenly fucked.
I need some giant Attack on Titan shit going. I want to run up an arm and then stab a giant ass neck, but like in a heroic way.
Right.
What is an ass neck?
Googling.
No.
Seriously, one of my favorite moments in any D&D game ever is lying up behind Tiamat and sticking 2 rapiers in her and writing them down. That was one of my favorite moments ever.
That's bad.
Nice. So
hard to top that.
Couple of things. We have 2,900 YouTube subscribers. We are hoping to get to 3,000 very soon. So please share some content with your friends. Let them know that we are here. We have Gloomhaven, Jaws of the Lion. We have a podcast where Amy and I, basically, it's our marriage counseling sessions.
Who's the guest?
Also our quick hits of like, oh, I bought this and you bought that.
There's no way this can go wrong.
No.
YouTube is good for that. Marriage counseling sessions.
I feel like that's wrong, but I can't put a finger on why.
We have 14 bits going into the boy.
Wow.
Thank you guys so much. That is going to put the total at 19. I am going to, before I do anything else, is this new process that I'm doing is I am writing this down before the end of the stream.
And saying it out loud before the end of the stream so you can come back in the last like 2 minutes if you forget where it was.
Exactly. 14 more bits. That means we only have 6 more until the boy is triggered again. And right now we are doing Nord Games luck decks. Nord Games deck of your choice, which could be anything, including Loresmith stuff like this Dungeon Discoveries. Could be a luck deck. Any one of those. They've got a whole bunch of stuff out there. That's also our subscription giveaways. Currently, we'll probably mix that up at some point going forward, but we're doing that now because we gave away all of our luck decks and all of our critical hit decks.
It took a while to go through those boxes.
Longer than I thought it would, but also I kept thinking that's a lot of stuff to go through. Yeah, but also that opens it up too. So if you've already won a luck deck and a critical hit deck, now we can open it up to other things. So we appreciate that.
Share the content. Share with your friends, guys. Share the content. Share stuff with your friends. Let them know how cool our community is, and share the Discord out. We'd love to have them in. 3,000. That's a big milestone.
It is.
Yeah.
Man, I remember when we hit 1,000.
Yes.
Hashtag tell your friends.
So thank you guys so much. Oh, that's me. I have to do something over here.
What?
Should I take it?
What? Anyway, what do we have going on? We have tomorrow, another episode of Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion is going to go up to YouTube, I think. That's a very, I think I've edited about a quarter of it, and I think that I can finish tomorrow.
Cool.
You hear that, Aaron? You hear that?
Yes, I did.
It's a lot easier once you have the assets in. Getting assets in is a pain in the ass.
And it's a lot harder when you're lazier, you know? I got to edit like
well, I mean, there's
casually.
that.
We have, Tiana and I recorded 2 more episodes of Tainted Grail. And I believe through that was, we were like, why are we even doing this to ourselves?
There is a bit in there, and I hope that Thomas keeps it in where I go off on a tear on Dark Soulsian type games and with this isn't fun.
So you're going to watch, this is going to be like Empire Strikes Back when those things come out. It's be like, oh yeah, this is really bad. I think we're to continue and finish the story, which we want to do. We'll change things up a little bit game mechanic wise to make it less daunting.
Yeah.
I think the Rise of Skywalker is much significantly more stupid and worse, but good reference. Wait.
Seriously, bad film. Thank you.
Yes.
Let's all the last 3 terrible. Anyway, okay. Yep, we're done.
Not
I'm gonna hit
all
the
three.
button
Okay.
right over here.
Force
Not all
Awakens
three.
up. Force Awakens up, and then the rest
Not all
down.
3.
That's right.
Who knows? We'll
Okay.
talk about it on Movie Talk whenever you finish editing that, Aaron. Bye, guys.
Very Castling. Bye.